早安，我好像在28分的时候我才回到家，然后我真的超赶的，天哪！然后龙舌兰姑娘安，哦，阿姨早安。我刚刚去，原本早上就是我9点多起床，然后我去散步，然后散步完之后大概9点40几分，快要10点了。然后我想说还有时间嘛，然后我妈就带我去买早餐然后因为她中午要煮饭，然后我就陪她去买食材，结果回来的时候已经10点28分了，我直接用冲的回家，我快要饿死了，我要去我的早餐。但我不知道现在我可不可以吃冰的，刚去买了一杯茶。我觉得好像可以放我在成人的照片，我看看要怎么放。这我呢早上在群里拍的照片，然后我聊天室又不见了，为什么？我应该要把聊天室重设的。我像的兔儿好可爱，谢谢。其实我好像还没把它调好位置，因为我这样整的时候，它不会跟着我的头动，所以我还在想我要把它移上还是往它移下。我这样会被我的光环吸住。OK， 应该调好了。这样，我去把我的聊天室重设一下。我的聊天室好像出问题了，可能是太久没有重设了，然后它出点问题，聊天室显示不出来。 哦，我知道，好像是我连错账号，我连到我自己的账号了。过年安安，完蛋，完蛋了，感冒。现在在用聊天室，我的聊天室跑掉了。这样应该就可以了。他如果再不给我显现出聊天室的话，我就要把它卖掉了，把它丢掉，把它淡掉。再不给我显示聊天室，我把它淡掉。OK， 好，我要来继续吃我的早餐。我可不可以分享我的画面？但是我好怕就版权。我非常害怕就版权。我让我思考一下。
I've always loved sci-fi.
哎，what the fuck？ 下雪。让我看看。我瞧一下位置。啊！我刚才发现，原来我场景开错了。哇！等一下，我的场景开错了，我开错场景了。我开到的是晚上的场景。OK。我看他有没有早餐的东西好，我也，面包，好的。有没有其他？你的声音哑掉。 我觉得我可以换一个位置，换一个场景，虽然我要用一下，等我一下，用个场景。可以看影片了，应该可以吧？等一下，我把 BGM 调小声一点，应该可以吧？没有什么不妥的。
Let's see if I can jump down without dying. Pro Minecrafter. Alright, as you can see, mossy stones at the bottom. I designed the back very similar to the front with a little balcony, and this side here will be left open for now with the item sorter being right there. Then the most important part is the barn-shaped roof made of mangrove and red terracotta patches that makes the roof look worn down in these places. Let's see if I can jump down without dying. Pro Minecrafter. Alright, as you can see, a huge part of the build is done. Let me know what you think of the block palette and the texturing I've done on this build. I forgot to put in the windows though. I'm gonna use green and orange glass paints to go with the pumpkin theme. I also have melon and pumpkin colors here on this balcony. Let's also put some cute flower pots here. Yeah, that looks really nice, doesn't it? The view from up here though, look at my base. Let's also check how the farm is doing. Nothing is breaking so far, so I can keep the title of the best redstoner in this world. Look at all this stuff though. But now I have a special idea for this part of the build. The melon and pumpkin farmhouse, everybody. Name suggestions are appreciated. Take a look at this beautiful build. And this here is where I'm gonna access all my chests. It looks like a little market stall. Then out here I have a cute path, lots of greenery and a manual pumpkin farm. Look at those little pumpkin builds. And let me show you one of the coolest build hacks. Okay, so what you need to do is place an armor stand here and put a carved pumpkin on it. Then push a composter into it. Just add a grindstone and fence gate and boom, you have the perfect medieval wheelbarrow with a pumpkin inside. Literally the coolest thing ever. And how could I not mention those big guys up there? They are here so I know that this is a melon and pumpkin farm. You know, in case I forget. And I actually replicated this melon slice here one by one and added some texture. And this path here leads to the grand entrance, and this is where I want to put villagers. Because for this build to become the ultimate emerald factory, we need someone to trade those melons with. So let's prepare this ugly room for them, shall we? Okay, let's take a look. These are the cells the villagers are gonna live in. Okay, let's call them rooms. This isn't inhumane because villagers aren't human. It's also nice and bright, and we have a cute melon carpet right here. Let's also go upstairs because this is a little kitchen and dining area where we can eat some melons and of course some sweet pumpkin pie. And I want to put some here. Apparently I need sugar and eggs.
等一下，我忽然想到一件事，等一下。OK， 好了，我把放这个过来。
Okay, BRB. And the pie is made. There we go. I also made some windows here so I can look at this beast of a farm. Look at all the items coming in. Now what everybody has been waiting for. Let's move all the villagers in there. I'll spare you the details of this endeavor. And just like that, all of them are in place. Definitely didn't take hours of struggling and being upset at them. You love it here, don't you? Okay, good. As you can see, I've been eating these melons the entire time because I'm out of food. Perfect timing. Let's level up their traits and get sweet golden carrots. I've been doing tons of trading and even maxed out all the villager traits, so now I'm eating golden carrots. I even got to 50 levels, but then this happened. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Let's ignore this though and check out all these emeralds. I just had a really cool idea. This build only shows that this is a melon and pumpkin farm, but this is also the ultimate emerald factory. So let's add a little something to this area. And this is my idea. I want to build a truck loaded with emeralds near the factory like it is transporting my emeralds over to wherever they are needed. I also have a similar truck behind my first starter house, but this one only has flowers. I didn't only build an insane farm for unlimited emeralds, but I also got unlimited golden carrots at the same time. Today I'm going to build an epic elytra tower and a giant dragon skull on my base. The problem is, I don't have an elytra and I've never killed the dragon in single player Minecraft. So you know what we have to do. I've never made it to the end in single player Minecraft, which means I'm an absolute noob. To go to the end, I need Eyes of Ender, and I only have 4 ender pearls and nothing to turn them into eyes. So let's go over to the nether, shall we? So I traveled and admired the lovely landscape. Just kidding, I spent an hour running for my life. Ah, it made babies! I hit the nether. This ghost had it coming. Do you see it in the distance? It's a fortress. Okay, let's pillar up to the fortress and find a blaze spawner. Reloot. This is the worst loot ever. Here come the blazes. Nope. I think this is plenty. I can even use some extra for potions later on. Next on the nether shopping list are ender pearls. I could also painfully harvest them in the overworld, but why waste time when they spawn in the warp biome here? I already got tons of pearls. I think before we head back home, I'm gonna get myself lots of this warped wood. The nether is scary. Let's go back home. This just had to be done before I go back home. But so I don't just throw myself into the end and perish in some embarrassing way, I need to prepare. I spent some time at the skeleton XP farm so I can combine some of the bows the skeletons drop to make an OP dragon killing bow. I made a little target practice down here. I even hooked up some redstone. You'll see what it does. The trick to hitting the target is to imagine your worst enemy living in the bullseye. In my case, that is the evil ender dragon that wants to kill us all. And now I'm a pro archer. Now I have to restock on food from my lovely emerald factory that we made last episode. Sweet golden carrots. Now I just need to grab some obsidian from this lava pool. Now let's craft tons of Eyes of Ender. And then I'm also going to make an ender chest. And then I'm going to store rockets and lots of chests in there. This will make sense later. Okay, I feel prepared. Let's find the stronghold. I just throw this in the air and it tells me where to go. Guys, look at these cute pandas. I wish I could just take them with me. The eyes told me the stronghold is right down there. So let's do what every pro Minecrafter does and dig straight down. It's literally right underneath us. Oh no. What the heck is going on? This is a silverfish invasion. Of course, none of the eyes are in here. First ever dragon fight in single player Minecraft. Let's go. And because everybody thinks the dragon fight is boring, let's turn it into a fun montage. Oh no, if I die now, please Minecraft, let me do the bucket thing. Yes, we did it! The dragon is no more. We freed this world, and that means I'm no longer a survival noob. Well, now that I'm a pro gamer, it shouldn't be a problem for me to check out the outer end islands and collect tons of elytra and diamond gear. Not to mention all the shulker boxes. You got to be kidding me, I'm on a tiny island. But I see a ship. If you don't like and subscribe right now, I'm gonna fall into the void. Please do it. You should have subscribed, guys. I'm kidding, I made it. And here we are, let's raid this city. All I gotta do is pillar up to this ship and all the loot will be mine. Of course it is guarded by a shulker box. Hello there. Mind if I take your life from you? No? Okay then. There it is. The elytra. And I use the texture pack to make it look like bird wings. Also check out the loot. This is bad. We can't forget to take this guy here. So I started looking for more end cities and looted tons of chests and found so many valuables. I literally spent a whole real life day flying around the end, exploring the cities, and it was really chill. I never got close to dying. How I managed to do all of that? Well, remember when I put rockets and chests in my ender chest back in my base? Well, that was a big brain move. I used the rockets to fly around and discover more cities faster, and I crafted my shulker shells into shulker boxes using the chest so I could store more valuables. I'm such a genius. I think I did enough end raiding for today. Let's get out of here. And now that I can fly, I can just fly out of my tunnel. Our world just got a whole lot bigger. And just like that, we're home. Let me show you all the valuables I got. Okay, check this out. 7 elytras plus the one I'm wearing and tons of shulker shells plus so much good armor. I might be stinking rich now, but I need to flex it too. So why don't we build a massive tower and display all my valuables like the dragon egg? I also want to build something to remember my first dragon kill in single player, which means I'm gonna need tons of resources. And my beautiful pickaxe is almost broken, so let's combine some of our new pickaxes together to get something amazing. And let me just put mending on my sword. And a mending shovel. The 2 builds I'm making are going to sit on custom rocks, so I need to go underground and grab as much stone, andesite and cobblestone as I can carry. I can carry a lot more with my shulker boxes now. This is the huge area I mined out for stone. And this is all the stone I just grinded. Another thing I'm going to need is green terracotta. Hello? What the heck? No. Oh no. Why did he do this? Why did he come into my home and why did he ruin my chest boat? And there's a stalker in front of the window. Let me just relocate this guy real quick. Let me just do some target practice. I'm kidding, I'm not gonna do it. Whoops! I accidentally fired it! You saw nothing. Another distraction? What is going on? Go away. Like I said, I'm gonna need green terracotta, which means I need green dye, and I only have 5 cactus. I just dug a hideous hole next to my LA house because I'm gonna make a cactus farm here. Okay, that's a farm, and it works. I've just seen cactus fall into the chest. That's a collection system. Let me just cover this up. No one is gonna suspect that there's a secret cactus farm down there. And while we wait for the cactus to grow, let's take another material off my list, which is moss. The best way to get tons of it without building a massive farm is to just mine it underground. Let's check the good old cactus farm. That's what I'm talking about. Terracotta is made, resources are gathered. Now we just need to find a good place to build this. How about somewhere over here where the water isn't very deep? Sorry, Sand Island, but you're ugly. And here are my rocks. They look really cool, don't they? We have a really tall one and a small one. Now I think what the big one needs is a couple flowers. Now we've got lots of beautiful flowers up here, and I also planted some grass down there. Also in here is a huge dark hole. This actually looks so cool because you can't really see anything. I can see mobs. Now we want to build something really amazing on those 2 islands. On the small island, I'm gonna build a dragon skull to celebrate my first ever dragon kill in single player. And because it's a skull, it's gonna need lots of white blocks like bone blocks, calcite, and diorite. I need to clean up my storage. This is such a mess. Okay, here are all the blocks I'm gonna use. I even got myself some quartz to mix into the white block palette. Now let's build this dragon skull. This looks so cool. Check this out. Our own custom dragon skull. We've got so much texture in there. The die right towards the bottom and lots of bone blocks. Even some chiseled quartz and some smooth quartz here and there. Ever since dripstones were added to the game, I wanted to use them as teeth, and now I had the chance. And then take a look at the eyes, they're still alive. And inside, I put some lanterns so nothing spawns. Maybe I should display something here. Okay, I've got a really cool idea. Oh my gosh, flying in and seeing the skull is so cool. This is like the coolest organic build I've ever done. Right here, let's place this. And then we add some black armor, the elytra, and a dragon skull. This is so cool, looks like a little dragon outfit. And because I have a texture pack to make the wings look like crow wings, it looks like dragon wings now. That's so cool. I also wrote down when exactly the dragon fight happened. Let's just dye this and make it glow. This is perfect. I made a really cool dragon banner. Now this looks better, doesn't it? I added the banners, some flower pots, and a little end rod here. I also completely forgot to show you that I made a picnic table next to the dragon skull. Now we can leave this skull to rest in pieces and bones, and now we can get back to our big project of today. But before we do that, last episode I said if the video got 100 likes, I'm gonna build a stable for my horse and my donkey. And you guys actually liked the video 200 times. So I need to make this stable 200 times as good. So I made those cozy stables using all sorts of wood like jungle for the roof with a dark oak trim and lots of spruce. And now the area in between my wolf farm and my starter house finally has a function, the horse stables. I also did a nice path connecting to this one, and I did something cool with the stables. Let's see. See, we can just walk in, but the horses or the donkey can't escape. I wish I knew where I'd left my horse though. There he is! I thought I'd lost you. Now let's dump him in the stables. Enjoy your new life, and if I use the shooting range, I'll make sure to not aim at you two, because nobody wants to eat horse lasagna. Also, if this video gets 100 likes, I'm gonna change my haircut on my Minecraft skin. Now I want to build a giant elytra tower on top of this island. I think I already have most of the resources for this build ready. I just have to go to the nether real quick and grab some crimson wood. I also went back to the end to mine lots of endstone. Now I just need to grab some more birch wood, and now I can fly back home. I'm so happy that I finally have an elytra. What just happened? Did my elytra break? And here are all the resources I just collected. We've got stone and lots of other colorful blocks. But how about I just show you what the build is gonna look like? Let's build this tower. The first part of the build is like a claw holding the rest of the tower in place. I made it dragon themed with deep slate and crimson. Then I continued with stone walls mixed with bricks and andesite. I made another deep slate trim at the top and a stone window in the front. After raising up the stone walls further and adding a wooden window, I added a tiny roof made of crimson wood. The next part of the tower is where I decided to use end stone blocks mixed with birch planks. I also added magenta windows because it's a typical end color. To finish off the tower, I want to add a grand castle roof using both crimson and mangrove wood. I also mixed in dyed terracotta to add texture. Then I had the idea to add floating towers to the side of the big one. They start off as floating islands and then transition into a tower build. It looks like they're magically floating around the main tower, just like how the end portals are floating around the main end island. And to get from one tower to the other, I decided to build little white clouds that you can use as parkour course. It's actually really fun to do. I've been looking forward to adding the interior to the tower this entire time, and now I can finally do it. Let's do the most important thing first and add the dragon egg at the highest room in the tower. I put some black concrete below to make it look like the void too. This is so amazing, isn't it? I've already gone ahead and designed the other rooms. Let's take a look. Oh no, I died. Anyways, let's forget this ever happened. This is the first room I designed. It's dedicated to the dragon and the dragon breath. Now let's fly down here. I almost died again. Why? This room here is dedicated to the shulker boxes. They're all here on their shelves. I also put the crafting recipe here. This is really cool. I like this. And then there's a room you can only access from this trapdoor. I recreated a little end portal down here. I didn't fill in all the eyes, otherwise it would open. It's gonna be hard to get out of here though. Oh, I'm a pro. And this is the entire tower finished. It took me several days to design this unique build, so please like and subscribe. Today I want to build an epic village in a mangrove swamp and design houses for every single villager profession. Villagers don't generate in this thick mangrove swamp, and it's dangerous too because mobs could spawn here. Okay, what does spawn here is kinda cute though. Look at the fishies. There are 13 villager professions plus the nitwit, and I think making a house for each of them should be a really fun challenge. But I do wonder, where should I build this village? I'd love to have it right next to my base, which is gonna require a lot of work because I need to fit 13 plus houses into this area. I'm gonna need tons of dirt for the landscaping, and the best way to get it is to go to an area far away and destroy it. I just need to go fix some of my tools real quick. And done. It seems like I've been here before. Let's destroy this area. And this is how you professionally destroy the world. And now we have lots of dirt. I'm terribly sorry for destroying your home horse. I need to go get some mud now because I have a really cool idea for it. I'm gonna look for a mangrove swamp far away because I don't want to destroy the one at my base. This one here will do. Well, I destroyed yet another area in this mangrove swamp. But look at all this stuff. Now let's go back home and farm some wheat because I'm cool. Just kidding, but I need the wheat to turn the mud into packed mud and mud bricks. Well, that's all the wheat harvested. I'm gonna start marking out the area for the village. It will start here at the steep swamp water pool and stretch out all the way over here. It's kinda hard to plant this with all the thick trees in the way, so let's get rid of them real quick. Isn't it funny how Mojang added the mangroves to show us the importance of these trees in real life? And here I am, deforesting the mangrove swamp. Don't do this at home, kids. My villagers need a place to live. Seriously, look at my villagers all stuffed in there. They've never seen the sky in their life. So time to change that. Now we have this huge open area looking really nice with the exception of this ugly muddy ground. Since I'm gonna build over this anyways, I might as well harvest the mud to use later on. Well, this looks even uglier now, but I'm gonna put all this dirt here to good use. It is terraforming time. So I got my hands dirty, haha, get it? Okay, that was so bad, I'm sorry. I terraformed this land, creating huge plateaus, I think that's what you call them, for many houses to sit on. It wasn't just complicated to terraform the land, but also to make sure that enough houses can fit on there. As you can see, I also made a staircase to my main base, and I tried to make a path using packed mud and mud bricks. It's gonna help me to figure out where the houses are gonna go, like a house right here, then one over here, and then of course tons of houses spread all over this area. But I was thinking, this grass looks really terrible and it just changes color constantly. But there is one block that doesn't change color no matter what biome it's in. It is moss. So let's spread moss and harvest some great stuff at the same time, like those azalea bushes. Can you see the difference? This is so good. And I think the best way to get rid of all of this stuff growing on top of the moss is to water bucket it. Well, that was an epic fail. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. Bye-bye, carpets. Oh my gosh, look who came. That means he accepts this place as a village. Welcome. Before it looked like a really sad swampy area, but now it's lush and green. Yeah, I think I can work with this. Now what I've been looking forward to the most, the designing of the houses. And I thought what better way to build a village than to learn from the villagers themselves. Let's fly over to this village here for some good old villager architecture education. They aren't very good at building, especially because of their choice of materials. I mean, cobblestone and oak is so 2012. Not to mention their terraforming is ugly. But we can still take a thing or two away from this visit. Now I know what not to do. Then I went into a creative test world where I spawned in a ton of villages until I collected all the houses for the different professions to take inspiration from. Let me show you an example of what I did. This is the cleric's house or the church, and then I turned it into this build. You will see the other houses very soon. So let me tell you what materials I'm going to use. Obviously packed mud and mud bricks and mangrove of course, and I have lots and the leaves in a storage out here because the storage inside was full, which is why I also filled these barrels with mangrove wood. Somebody yell at me in the comments to make a bigger storage room, please. I also want to use a lot of spruce wood for this project. Then let's also mix in some of the stone and stone bricks and andesite. Also cobblestone, you know, taking inspiration from the hideous villager houses. We're gonna use it too, but not as terrible as they did. I've just been to the skeleton farm and collected tons of armor to use for the first villager house. I'm sure you can guess it's gonna be the armorer. I think I want to build this house towards the back here, this area. What is that? It's a baby slime! Oh, it's so cute! Oh, it died. No more distractions, let's build the armorer's house. The house itself is pretty small. It's made of mangrove wood and spruce. I mixed in some red terracotta on the roof as well. But the armorer has a big outside workstation where he forges armor out of iron. I also included some smaller ponds because this is a swamp after all. Well, here it is, the armorer's house, and it's not just an ordinary villager house. This one is also an armor shop, as you can see by the shop sign over here. Then we have a market store right here, and I have some water flowing through right here. I love it. So here's the armor, and here's all the armor except netherite because I'm not farming netherite. And then over here is the workstation with an iron wagon, and of course the furnace, a huge blast furnace, and tons of lava down there. The poor villager doesn't have much room in here though, as you can see, just some storage, table and chair, and the bed. And the armor is behind here. But hey, he will be fine. Villagers don't need a lot of space. I do, unfortunately, which is why my stuff is still out here. I've been thinking it's gonna be pretty hard to keep track of all the villager professions we've already built houses for. So I want to make something like a huge board where I can keep track of all of them. And they're all on here plus 2 extra, the Nitwood house and make village pretty. And I put glowing sacks in this chest here, so once we completed the house, I can just dye this and we know it is done. Well, let me get back to grinding for more houses. I got some lava from a cave, then went into the nether to get some soul saw, stripped some spruce wood because I love doing it, just kidding, I can imagine doing cooler things. Then I also stripped mangrove logs because the spruce felt lonely. I took a quick trip to the emerald factory to restock on food. Then I planted a ton of saplings in order to grow giant spruce trees next to each other to form a mega tree I could chop down for unlimited spruce wood. I also looked for a bee nest to harvest honeycomb so I can make candles. Then I snuck back into the ugly village and stole their precious bell from right under their noses and ran away. And just a few hours later, I gathered resources for 4 more villager houses. Let's work on the builds that go on top of the highest plateau in the village first. Let's build. The Fletcher is the first house I'm building, with a stone brick wall mixed with andesite and a mangrove roof with a spruce trim. I also made this house really open with a lot of fences instead of walls. Swamp villagers don't really get cold, so some fresh air is good for them. I also created a shooting range outside, and it's a funny coincidence that my own target practice spot at my base is right on the cliff above the Fletcher's house. And this is the interior of the Fletcher's house. We've got a bow and arrow and some storage and of course their workstations. But onwards we go to house number 3. Next is the butcher, the guy who brutally murders animals to eat them, who knew villagers had a dark side. This butcher has a 2-story house. This time I used mangrove and red terracotta walls to emphasize on the bloodshed that happens in these 4 walls. I also made an animal pen for the butcher to mistreat poor creatures. Whoever's gonna move into this house is gonna be a really cruel man. But same as the armorer over there, this house is also going to be a butcher shop where the cruel villager is gonna sell the meat from his poor victims. He has an assortment of terrible torturing butcher tools and some meat, and I don't want to step into the blood right here, and he cooks their meat with lava. And when we go up the ladder, here is his bedroom. This is where he dreams about torturing unfortunate animals. Speaking of unfortunate animals, I made a pen over here and I made it look like a pig pen. So I guess we have to move unfortunate pigs into this place. Oh, look what I found. Here are the pigs. Well, this is gonna take a while. Welcome to your new home. Oops, I guess there's gonna be 3 pigs now. They'll be fine, they can always bite the butcher. I heard pigs are really good biters. Before we work on the next houses, I need to make a path and connect it up to the ones we just built. This path should do for now, and the sun is setting, so we better get right into bed so we can continue building the houses in the morning. This time I won't tell you which villager house it is just yet, and let's see if you can guess. This house is lush and overgrown. Moss has overtaken the walls, and grass and leaves are growing on the mangrove roof. The house also has a little garden with all sorts of plants growing there. This is of course the cartographer's house. It's so overgrown and full of plants because the cartographer is never home. He's always out exploring and finding new areas to study. Let's take a look inside because the cartographer has a huge collection of rare items such as the dripstone or the amethyst crystal or end and nether blocks. He even has a buried treasure map that he hasn't yet discovered and a map of our area. That actually reminds me, I keep a map of my area in my base and I haven't updated it in ages. I even created some new maps that we can add so we can take a look at the entire base from above. Look at all this space we still have to build a huge base, and this is the village we're building today. But let's get back into it because we still have so many houses to build. And here we have the cleric's house, which is of course a church. I started with mud walls that will hold the rest of the build in place, then went 1 block inward to build a mangrove wall on top. Then I made a big tower roof with a smaller tower on top that has a cross at the very top. I said top too many times. The build also has a smaller bit with a crimson roof, which complements the magenta windows. I also made a swampy sitting area outside with chairs, leaves, and a pond. And here we have the church, the tallest build in this village to indicate its importance. This path here...
我把我的早餐吃完了，等我一下我去去丢个垃圾。
leads to a worshipping area, and it looks like they're worshipping mangrove propagules. They will all gather here and worship the sapling that brought this whole forest to life. And this is what I needed the candles for. I tried to make wreaths using glass pane and a brown candle on top. It looks really cool from over here. Let's also quickly take a look inside. We have some warts growing, some brewing stations as the workstation for the cleric, and some potions on the wall. And this ladder up here leads to a clock tower. Ding dong! Please subscribe and hit the bell. That was so cringe. It is time to go back to the planning board and tick off the houses we built off the list. Those noises were so gross. This guy's living a dangerous life. I mean, what if he would accidentally come on full time? What? That was creepy. Last episode I said if the video got 100 likes, I would change my haircut on my Minecraft skin. And we got 200 likes again. Thank you so much, guys. So let's change my haircut. So I went to a skin editor and started working on my new hair. So instead of just changing my skin, I decided to do something cringe. Oh look, I made a barbershop. I'm so cringe, and it even has interior. And this is my new haircut. Let me know if you like it. Don't you just love when all the materials you need are right in your storage room and we can get back to building? The Nitwit is a weed villager. I'm sure he has some sort of secret profession that he doesn't want to share with the player. I made his house green with a mangrove roof. He lives a simple life, which makes him even more suspicious. This is the Nitwit's house. We even have some basic interior and a mysterious trapdoor leading down to a tunnel. I told you the Nitwit was hiding something. And at the bottom we emerge into a creepy mine shaft. That Nitwit is sus. I also started working on some decorating between the houses we already built, such as a beautiful path, lots of greenery and fences and lighting around it, and I made a tiny baby mangrove tree. Over here I have another tiny custom mangrove tree, and then up here I have two big trees leading to the village. So when we come in, we see huge mangrove trees greeting us. And I made a cute pond down here and put some tropical fish in, and they keep swimming up. Oh, and some of them have already died. Whoopsie. But let's take a step back and look at what we already made. This huge custom terrain. I made 6 villager houses in this area, and there's still so much to do. 8 more villager houses to be exact, and we still need to move all the villagers in. I transformed this mangrove swamp so I can build a beautiful fantasy village here. There are many different kinds of houses, but also a lot of empty space I'd like to fill with more lovely builds today. And the best way to prepare for a long day of manual labor is to take a refreshing walk. What a beautiful day it is to build a village. It's been a while since I worked on this village, so to warm up, let's start on a little house. This is a small but cozy farmer's cottage. I made a cute wheat field outside and a scarecrow to keep the zombies away. This is very cute, but it's still looking a bit bare, so let's add some greenery to it. Yeah, this is looking much better now. Maybe even some more leaves around the sides here so the villagers don't fall out. But you know how villagers are, they always find a way to fall down. You know I also love my flowers, so let's add some of those too. Now walking up to this house is gonna be extra magical. This is looking super cozy, and I love that I can see the dragon egg all the way from over here. Look at it. It's magical. I think it is important to track your progress of such a big project, which is why I made a little to-do list over here, and every single time I finish building a house, I mark it on this board with my glowing ink. Ah, there's the farmer. And done. Still lots to go. But instead of starting the next houses, I got an idea. What if I make building these houses really simple by getting all the wood from a machine instead of manually chopping them down and hurting my wrists? Ow! Mangrove trees are beautiful, but getting the wood is so much harder compared to spruce. So I need to build an automatic mangrove wood farm so I can build the second part of the mangrove village. I'm usually
OK，对，你们有没有发现一件事情，就是我的马克杯其实它会冒烟，它会冒烟的。我看我可不可以给你们看？好吧，我不能放的。好吧，我的马克杯它其实是有那个烟雾的。我看时间差不多了，虽然时间可能没有到1个小时那么久，但是我觉得我可以先下播啦。好啦，那今天的直播就到这里啦。然后大家要去吃那个中餐了。好，拜拜。